Come and get your prime time, folks. It's prime time. Read all about it. Come and get it. Prime time, prime time. Come watch it here.
Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, as you can see, we are going to make prime rib. Prime rib is very simple. You don't want to overseason prime rib. I mean, you can overseason it with whatever you want to do to it, but prime rib is just good by itself. I mean, it's not like turkey where you want to just cover it in seasoning. So, what I've done is I've taken it out of the fridge. Actually, I had it in the freezer, and then I took it out, and it's been defrosting for 2 days. So, now we're going to take it out. And you just, want to take the casing out of off the prime rib. You want to get a roasting pan, by the way. Okay, let's see. There's my cat's toy in the background going off here. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this off. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's just no fun. Okay, let's see. Alright, got it right there. Okay, so you see this beautiful color. Look at that. And when you cut it, which we'll go over after it's cooked tomorrow, you're going to cut it this way. Never cut it this way. You want to cut it with the grain. And when you look at a prime rib, you can tell that this is the grain. But anyway, this is what you're looking for. This is beautiful. Okay, so I was really, really blessed when I was able to find this for the price that I was able to find it. And I couldn't believe where I found it, actually. It was where I didn't think I'd ever find it. So kudos to Walmart for the first time actually having a good piece of meat in regards for prime rib. Before, I was not able to find any prime rib at Walmart. I had to go and spend buku bucks over at another place. So, anyway, so I'm excited because I'm actually excited about this portion. Now, this is almost 6 pounds. This is actually very shy of 6 pounds. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to set it in there. You're going to take off this. Okay. And I'm just going to do this. Just like that. Okay. Now, I need to wipe my hands real quick. Just a second. Trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Okay. So, got a little fat in my fingernail. Hold on. So when you roast it, and all your seasonings are going to go onto the fat. You want it on the fat because the fat's just going to get all in the meat, and it's really good. So I'm going to just take some salt, and what I normally do is put it in my hand, but because I'm holding the camera, I'm just going to try and watch how much I'm putting on here. Like I said, you don't want to drown it in the seasonings like you do with the turkey. But, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt. It's pretty good. Yep. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and then now I'm going to try and get this. Hold on just a second. I got to try and get the lid off. So, hold on just one moment. Okay, there we go. Got the lid off. Well, you probably see my hand. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to put, a little bit. Whoops. It's okay, we're going to rub it in anyway. Of pepper. I love pepper, and if you love pepper as much as I love pepper, then pepper it up. Pepper's good. Okay, and so I should have taken the lids off of these things before I came over here. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put some garlic powder on. Like I said, I'm keeping it real simple. So we're going to put some garlic powder. Like I said, it's just going on the fat side. This is where all your flavoring is going to be anyway, because fat tastes good. Okay. Now, I don't have onion powder. What I do have is the chopped onion. It will work just as much or just as well. Except for it won't sit on there like the powder will. So I'm just gonna have to push this in anyway. So I'm just gonna grab it from the bottom here, and seeing the fact that, oops, sorry, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of getting the salt and the pepper and the garlic powder and all that stuff, just kind of pushing it into the fat. And you always make it that side up, because it won't burn that way. No. And you can always cut it off anyway. So, not like the meat. You don't want to waste the meat, because this is good meat. So anyway, I'm going to continue to do this. Just continue to push the stuff in there. Okay. So I've pretty much, I think, gotten as much as I want. I may come back tomorrow and add some more. I'm not sure yet. It'll depend upon what it'll look like when I take it out of the fridge. So I am doing this the night before. I love doing things the night before because it has 24 hours to sit in the fridge, around 24 hours to sit in the fridge. You can even do it the day you buy it, if you're buying it close enough to the holiday or the day that you need it. If you can get 2 days in there, that might even be good too, because it sits in there and it bathes in it, and it's so good. You always hear the story of, oh, it tastes so much better the next day. Well, yeah, it tastes so much better the next day because it has a chance to sit. So it's going to sit in the fridge for until tomorrow evening when I take it out. And I am going to do baked potatoes, and I'm not sure what kind of vegetable yet because I'm not doing it at my house. So when I go over to the place I'm going, I will find out what kind of vegetables. But I will continue to do the video so that way you can see how to do the whole meal. I am excited about this prime rib. I hope you guys are excited about prime rib as I am. This was supposed to be a Christmas thing, but my dad loves turkey and he loves my turkey. So I went ahead and made him turkey. So we're having prime rib for New Year's. But that's okay. What a great way to start the new year, right? Anyway, I hope this helps you a little bit, and not to be scared of prime rib or anything else like that. It's just very simple. It's not tedious like doing a turkey. And so I hope you enjoy, and I will be back tomorrow to show you what we're going to do next. All right. Well, again, Happy New Year. I pray you guys have a blessed, wonderful New Year. Now, God bless. Okay, guys. Sorry, I'm back. I totally forgot that when you put it back in the fridge, you want to make sure that you saran wrap it in the pan. I love press and seal. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread. So I'm going to saran wrap it. I have the lid for the roasting pan as well. When you cook your prime rib, do not put any tinfoil on it and do not put a lid on it. You don't want to do that. It will destroy your meat because all the flavoring and all that stuff gets cooked on the outside of the fat, just like I showed you. So, and I will show you all that tomorrow as well. But I just wanted to remind you to make sure that you saran wrap it when you put it back in the fridge. If you're going to just put it straight into the oven, don't worry about saran wrapping it, and don't worry about the lid. Keep it open, and you're going to cook it for however long the instructions say. This is almost 6 pounds, so this is going to cook 2.5 to 3 hours. I like mine medium rare. I prefer it medium rare, and because that's where the flavor is. But if you don't like it medium rare, you like it well done, that's cool too. They say to put a meat thermometer in there. My meat thermometer is over where I'm cooking it, so I'm not putting it in there yet. Also, there was one other thing I was going to tell you. Oh, the temperature. I believe it's 350 degrees, but I will double check on that. And so when I put it in the oven tomorrow, I'll let you know exactly the temperature. So thanks. Happy New Year and God bless. Okay, it is New Year's Day. Okay, so I have brought out the roast. It is about 1:15 in the afternoon, and I got some great advice. Butter. Butter. That's the ingredient that I forgot yesterday. So, this looks very nice. Look at how it just is set in there. Some people say not to use salt. It's your preference. I didn't use a lot of salt, and I put it on the fat only and not on the meat. So it should be okay. But you see, look at the beautiful color. Look at that. Look at it. It's just sticking to the fat. Just nice. I could smell it. It smells wonderful. So, I just took the butter out. So I'm going to let it sit at room temperature. 15, 20 minutes maybe. And then I'm going to rub the butter into the cut sides open. So you're going to rub it on this side. You're going to rub it on this side. You're going to rub it on this side. And as well on the other side. I don't have any unsalted butter, so I'm using a little salted butter. Hopefully it will dry the meat out, but use unsalted butter. So that's where we're at right now. We're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes. Let it come to a room temperature. Also, what you want to do is you want to come to your oven and you want to put it on bake, and you're going to put it at 450 degrees. Now, some climates and some temperatures, you know, so and so on, but 450 degrees. So I'm at about 450 degrees. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees. After you preheat the oven to 450 degrees, then you're going to put the roast in the oven. You're going to sear it uncovered for about 15-20 minutes. Then after that, make sure you set a timer because you don't want to go any longer than that. After that, then you're going to turn it down to 325 degrees for the remainder of the cooking time. And you're going to cook it roughly, depending upon what size. Like I said, mine's about a 6-pound prime rib roast. So mine's going to cook probably around 2 hours and 30 minutes. Could be roughly closer to 30, but you have to remember, with this meat, it cooks after it's been taken out of the oven as well. So we'll go over that when the time comes. So I'm going to leave you for just a moment and let this sit at room temperature for 20 minutes, and I will be back. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. Actually, it's been a little bit longer than 20 minutes. I decided I'm not going to use the butter. The butter is unsalted, and I was talking to my mom, who makes wonderful prime rib, and she actually does not butter it either. And I wasn't sure of that. So, and I prefer unsalted, and you don't want to put salt on your meat. It could dry it out during the cooking process. So that's why I put it on the fat part and not on the meat. So I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to take this off. And then I'm going to take it and put it in the oven. So, I'll use my other hand here. Okay, so, take it, put it in the oven. Slide in that. Remember, it is uncovered and it is set at 450 degrees. Now, I'm going to come over here. Shut the door first. Okay, now I'm going to come over here and we're going to set the timer. So, whoops. set it for 15 minutes. Because we're going to steer it for 15 minutes. And we're going to start it. All right, so I will be back in 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 minutes and it has gone off. And let me tell you, if you had smell-o-vision, oh, it smells like a steakhouse in here already. So this is what it looks like after 15 minutes of searing it. So now we're going to go over here. We're going to turn the temperature down to 325. And then every hour, so set an alarm somewhere or pay attention to the clock, whatever you want to do. Every hour you're going to come in here and you're going to baste it. You're going to take the droppings that is at the bottom of the pan and you're going to do like you would do with turkey. And then you will be distributing all the flavors into the meat. So, time now to say goodbye for an hour. I'll see you in an hour. Oh, I forgot one thing. Remember, do not cover it. Don't cover it. Okay, got a little bit about half hour, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and baste it now because I didn't baste it before after I had turned down the temperature. So, ooh, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of the droppings that are on the bottom of the pan. Well, okay, keyword, there's a little bit of droppings on the bottom of my pan. You might actually have more than me. I don't know if I can even do it. You come over here to this side here. See if I, yeah, see I don't really have any. So, that's okay, that's good. It's going to cook anyway and we will have droppings. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yep, that'll be good. Alright, and so now I'm going to put that down. I'm going to double make sure. My oven seems to be off sometimes. So your oven may seem to be off a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it up just a teensy little bit. If you don't need to, don't do it, because you'll ruin the meat. You'll dry it out. So we got about 30 minutes. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Okay, wow, an hour already. Okay, so let's turn this off. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, if you could smell. Oh, if you could smell this kitchen and this house. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? Okay, so I'm looking. There's still not very much droppings. There's a little bit on this side. Let's see if I can't get a hold of them that way. Yeah. Nope, there's not. So actually, this is not a bad cut. Maybe there's a little bit over here. That might be able to get in touch with here. Okay, let's see here. So we're just gonna a little bit that we've got here. And this is what you want to do. You just want to baste it. You probably have more than I do. And so you're just basting it. All you're doing is just returning the flavor to the meat. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to give it just a couple more spoonfuls here. Oh, you should smell it. It smells like a steakhouse in here. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to set this for another hour, and I'm going to work on the potatoes. We're going to get the potatoes in here. You want to wash your potatoes, and then wrap them up in tinfoil. And then we're going to put them along the side of the meat. Because remember, when we take the meat out, it's going to sit for about 30 minutes before we try to carve it. And it's still going to cook when you do so. So, that'll give it plenty of time for us to be able to finish the potatoes. Please excuse me. Alright, so we're going to come over here, double check, make sure everything's still good. Okay, now we're going to go over here and we're going to set this for another hour. 60 minutes. Press the start button, and I'll see you in an hour. Okay, you can see the timer is gone off. That makes 2 hours. So we're going to top the timer. We're going to open it up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Oh, we got drippings now. Alright, good. Now I need to remember what I did. Over here. Okay. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to grab some of these drippings. And I'm going to start basting the meat again. Get more over here, that'd be great. So this is the basting process. Now for medium rare, according to the time and temperature, cook time and stuff for the size of mine, I have another half hour to go. However, I do not have a meat thermometer like I thought I did. So, it will vary. If you have a meat thermometer, then you'll want to stick it in, actually preferably before you start cooking it. So, okay, I'm going to turn this thing around. Let's see here. It's even cooking here. Ah, yes. What a beauty. Woo! I'm totally excited. It looks fantastic. This is what you're looking for. And the color. Okay, so I'm going to try and get some more over here on this side. Let's see. Careful, the pan is hot. Able to get it here, so let's just. So that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it back in here, and I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes, and hopefully we'll have it done roast. If you have a meat thermometer, in the cooking instructions that you get your meat in, it'll tell you the temperature that you want it. But remember, when it sits out, it's going to continue to cook as it sits and cools. So it will vary. So I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to get the potatoes ready, wash them, and I'm going to wrap them up in tin foil, and I'll be back with that video for you. So we can make some baked potatoes to go with our prime rib. Alright, thanks guys. Okay, now we're going to make baked potatoes. So you want to get however many potatoes as you want. You want to cut off, I don't know, not lengthwise, enough to cover the potato. A number of the sheets of the number of your potatoes. These are small potatoes. A lot of us really don't eat a lot of potato. So, but it's really good with prime rib, with au jus. So, what you do is you're just going to wrap it up with this shiny side out. So I'm just going to wrap it just a little bit. Pull it in. Pull it in. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I forgot to stab my potatoes. Yes, you want to stab your potatoes. You don't want your potatoes to explode. So, I have just stabbed my potatoes. I stabbed them a couple times on each side. Side 1, side 2, side 3, and then the other side. And don't forget to stab the tops as well. So anyway, we're just going to wrap it in the tin foil, making sure that the potato is completely covered. And there you go. Let's take another one. And again. So I'm flipping it over to put the shiny side down, and we're going to grab a potato. We're going to put it kind of in the middle. And then, and you can even put a little butter in them if you really want to, but I wouldn't because you're going to put butter on them after they're cooked. So you're just going to wrap them up. See? Nice and wrapped up potatoes. Okay, so I am going to finish wrapping up my potatoes, and I will be right back. Got all my potatoes wrapped. Now I'm going to take them over to the oven. I'm going to take them over to the onion. Take them over to the oven here. And you might have a bigger oven than I do. But we are going to try and put the potatoes in here. So we're going to surround the pan with potatoes. So we have some room back here, so we'll put some back here. Now, if you want to hurry the process along for baked potatoes, pop them in the microwave for about 5 minutes till they get a little soft. Ouch. Make sure you don't burn yourself. This one will probably get better here. Move this back just a little bit. Go. And so there you go. You're just gonna, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to twist that sideways. You're just gonna put the potatoes in with the roast for the next half hour. And then when we're taking the roast out and as it sits, then we'll continue to cook the potatoes. It shouldn't take more than an hour. For these small potatoes, if you got bigger, it could take up to 2 hours. So if you want to rush it along, pop them in the microwave for about 5 minutes till they're a little soft. After you've washed them, of course, make sure you wash your potatoes very thoroughly. And then wrap them up, stick them in the oven. Alright, so when the timer goes off, then I will be back. Wow, has it been 30 minutes already? Look at that beauty! Oh, look at it. Oh. Now, when you get a chance, just take a whiff. Take a whiff. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I'm going to remove this from here, but be careful of the potatoes. Woo! 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 Okay, so just going to remove it. Try to remove it.
You're going to burn yourself in
there? Nah. Alright, I'm going to move it over here real quick so I can get these potatoes in the middle here. Alright, so we're going to set it for about another half hour and those potatoes should be done. If not, pop them in the microwave. Shh, I won't tell. Alright, I'll see you in 30. Oh! Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to let this sit for 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. Just let it sit. You can, you know, come over here and get some droppings if you like to re-put the flavorings all over it. If not, it's cool. Just let it sit. It'll be alright. It's going to continue to cook as it sits before it cools off. And then I'll show you how to carve it. I'll be back. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the temperature up to about 350, 375 for the potatoes. If that gets too hot, you can always turn it back down. Not a big deal. So anyway, I'll be back. Alright, I have taken the roast prime rib out of the pan, and I've began making the au jus. I did not have enough drippings, so use an au jus packet. Anyway, I started carving it, and that's what you want. That's about a medium rare roast right there. So we are good. It is cooked to a medium rare. If you want it longer, stick it back in there. If you don't want it longer, and you actually wanted it rare, cut the time. I don't know, I'd cut about 15 minutes. Start at 15 minutes if you like it more on the rare side. But this is pretty medium rare. So I am going to finish carving up the prime rib. I cannot do it with one hand. Sorry. So I will be back and I will show you what it looks like. Okay folks, this is what you get when you carve it. You want to carve it with the grain. That's how you carve it with the grain. So, I hope that this took away any fear you have of cooking prime rib. It's really not that hard. And experiment. Experiment with your flavors. You can use mustard, Dijon mustard, and different things like that. So I thank you for watching. God bless.
So there you have it, prime rib. Nothing to be afraid of. Pretty simple, huh? Well, I hope you learned a lot, and thank you so much for watching my video. Please stay tuned because the list of ingredients will soon follow afterwards. So thanks again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day. God bless.